Hey, what's up guys? WALLAH here. This is probably the biggest thing Bungie's ever done in a while when it comes to nerfs and changes to the game. I'm very excited. I read this when I was in bed because one of my subs sent it to me and I was very confused as to where the heck this all came from. I know they said they were going to be doing nerfs and stuff, but overall this was a lot more than I expected and I was actually very excited. There's some other things I'll talk about after Stasis, but we're going to mainly focus on Stasis right now. So first off, for those of you who play Revenant Hunter, Shatter Dive is going to be nerfed. So you get no more damage resistance from Shatter Dive, and you actually have to wait 4 seconds every time you Shatter Dive, so you can't continuously do it over and over, which is very good. If you ever seen a hunter that pops super and then he keeps like Shatter Diving right after and stuff, if he uses a Shatter Dive then pops super, he won't be able to pop his Shatter Dive, something like that. So it's an example. Shatter Dive is very good, and I'm really happy it's on a 4-second cooldown because it was getting abused quite often. Not only Shatter Dive, we have Withering Blade here. So they decreased the damage against players from 90 to 65. Thank you. This made no sense to me whatsoever. I don't understand why you would need 90 damage plus slow on top of that. I still think 65 and a slow is very strong on top of the fact that you have 2 shurikens, but this is a start. This is not bad. You go down here, decreased Withering Blade slow stacks applied to players from 60 to 40. So that means if you throw 2 shurikens in somebody, it'll do obviously 65 plus 65, but it'll also not freeze them now because if you guys don't know how the slow stacks works, basically it's whatever equates to 100 or above 100. So if you have 2 shurikens and you do 60 and 60, you're going to freeze them because it's over 100. But now you have 2 shurikens that are 40, so you're only going to be doing 80 slow stacks. So that means you won't be freezing them. For those wondering, I'm going off of Twitter. Don't quote me on this. I know Twitter knowledge isn't always correct, but people on Twitter were telling me that the dodge for Hunter does 40 as well. So when you dodge next to somebody and throw a shuriken at them, it won't freeze them. It'll just slow them for 80 stacks, not 100. So that means Hunter got the best nerf I've ever seen in this game that was actually warranted. I was so surprised by this. I was so happy. I just shot out of bed. I got on my PC. I'm trying to make a video now about it because I was like, this is really good. You come down here, decrease the target acquisition range of Withering Blade after it impacts a player from 12 meters to 8 meters. Range after impact. So again, none of this is changing for PvE, but what this means is after it hits somebody, the amount of aim assist, I want to say, as it says target acquisition, I'll just say aim assist just so us dumb people can understand, but it won't be really tracking many people after it hits somebody. It'll still be good, but if you see someone that's around 12 meters in front of you and they get hit by a shuriken, you're not going to get hit anymore, which is pretty cool, I guess. Come down here, we have Titan. For those that really hate Behemoth Titan, well, here we go. Glacial Quake. So this is the super. Removed AoE freeze against players on supercast. It'll still freeze people in PvE. Dude, this is really cool, man. They're splitting PvP and PvE at this point. I love it. So basically when a Titan pops his Glacial Quake, you won't get frozen anymore, which is really good because for those who know, that it was just unnecessary. The super was already so strong as is. Reduced damage resistance while in super from 60% to 50%. So that means you should be able to shotgun melee it or headshot it with a sniper and kill him, hopefully. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, 50% is still a lot, but I'm not too sure how that's going to go. We're going to have to wait and see in-game and test that out. Increase the super energy cost of using Shiver Strike while in Glacial Quake for 3% to 7% in super. So that basically means you're going to be using a lot more super energy to move around the map now in the super. If you guys know, Glacial Quake could literally go around the map with 0 repercussions whatsoever. Like 3% is nothing. This is more than double of the increase, so this is really good. Using the combo of a Shiver Strike and a heavy slam attack will now cost full super energy, both of the Shiver Strike and the slam. Previously it only costed the slam. So basically when you did a combo, it would only take, I want to say, like half of what it was supposed to. So now it's going to take a lot, again, it's just going to take a lot more super energy to do stuff now, which is really nice. So this is kind of like a nerf to the shoulder charge ability to the Titan Stasis subclass. It's not really that big of a deal, but it'll help people not fly off the map all the time. All right, so last but not least, we have the Warlock. So Winter's Wrath, this is the super. It improved the tracking of the projectiles, which is really good. I'm not going to read this part because I'm not really sure what this means. This is too big brain for me, but just know it improved the tracking of the projectiles. It increased the size of the Warlock's super projectiles So that's really, really good. So the detonation radius. So that means it'll kill, it'll hit people from a little bit further. I thought it was all right for now, but if again, the subclass isn't really used all that often, so I'm not really going to complain about it. The proximity detonation now starts at its largest and scales down to 40% over time. That's pretty good. Penumbral blast. Decreased penumbral blast damage against players from 80 to 30 damage. So I think this is the melee. So the melee right now does 80 damage, which was really surprising. And for those who are confused, why would they nerf the damage of the melee? Basically, it already freezes someone, and it's basically a guaranteed kill if you freeze someone. So having 80 damage was kind of ridiculous and somewhat pointless in my opinion. So this was a good change. People might complain about this, but this is my opinion. Ice Flare Bolts. So this is the aspect for Warlock. It fixed a bug where Ice Flare Bolts would continuously try to switch targets, so it would be really, really annoying. It wouldn't really work half the time, so this is good. Increased target acquisition range of Ice Flare Bolts by 33%. This is good. Increased turning speed of Ice Flare Bolts, so they can be more effective and hit nearby targets. This is good as well. Don't really have too much to say. To be completely honest with you, the Warlock Stasis subclass is okay. It's really, really good because it can freeze people, but it's also not very good because it just doesn't really have too much utility besides the melee. Yeah, the Rift, it could freeze people and stuff, but just overall, it's pretty underwhelming compared to a lot of the other subclasses. So I'd say this is okay. This is a nice buff, and if it turns out to be too strong, again, Bungie could probably redo what they did, just like the Hunter Shurikens. They're changing it back to 65 damage, so that's good. Down here, we actually have something I'm very, very happy about. There's going to be a lot of people in the comment section crying because last time I made a Chaos Reach video, a lot of people were complaining like, oh dude, Chaos Reach is fine, you know, it has nothing to do with the class, blah blah blah, but this is really good. It's going to decrease the amount of super energy you get for canceling Chaos Reach, because right now you get way too much in my opinion. So this is good. We have more. We do have a lot more. So we have some general changes for Stasis. This is very, very awesome. So this is for Dustfield Grenades. They did actually buff Dustfield Grenades before, but now they're nerfing it. It doesn't suck you as far now. So reduced how strongly Dustfield Grenades pulls players inwards, effectively reducing the range from 9.5 meters to 6 meters. This is a really, really good nerf in my personal opinion. You get sucked way too far and way too hard. Yeah. Anyways, that's a good change. Reduce the slow stacks applied to players by the grenade detonation from 20 to 10 stacks. This is good because you won't get frozen as quickly. Thank God. Wow. Dude, this is the first time I read this. This is awesome. Reduce the slow stacks applied to players on each tick of the grenade from 10 to 5. Oh my God. This is awesome. Adjusted the UI presentation of slowed status to display slow stacks as X. I don't know what the hell this means, but PogChamp. Yeah. Hell yeah, dude. We go down here, Stasis Crystals, reduce crystal shatter damage against players, 85. Okay, this is good. I wasn't really too annoyed with the wall slam as of lately, but it's still pretty strong, so this is pretty good. I don't know what Whisper of Chains is. I don't really care to look at it either, but this is for you guys that do know what it is. Reduced Whisper of Chains damage resistance bonus while in super from 25% to 5%. Damage resistance when not in super is unchanged. This only affects damage from other guardians. And then the Whisper of Torment fixed a bug where players could continuously proc Whisper of Torment while standing inside an opponent's barricade. This is good. Stasis Fragment Crest significantly reduced objective completion values for all Crucible fragments. Thank God. Yeah, it was really annoying trying to get fragments in Crucible, but those are the general Stasis changes. There's another thing here. They actually did nerf Arbalist, for those wondering. So right here, reduced Arbalist aim assist, making it harder to hit headshots. I thought I'd throw that in there because I thought it was pretty funny. But for the most part, that's about it. They fixed some other things. They're going to add some few things like for Dead Man's Tale. But that was literally the... This is it. This was the really big nerfs I was excited for. Stasis tuning preview for March 23rd. This is coming out, I think, for March 23rd. I could be wrong, but looks like it is. So that's pretty exciting too. If you guys are excited for the changes, let me know. I'm very, very happy. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one. Later.